Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristi Shive, and this morning we're visiting with Kelly May. She's a Senior Extension Associate for Family Finance and Resource Management for the University of Kentucky. Now, when it comes to traveling, there are a few things that we can do to make it easier on ourselves. Kelly, why should I pack lightly when traveling?
Often we think of all the fun things we're going to do when we travel and we don't want to forget anything. And I know I'm a victim of this too, where I want to pack everything so that I have what I need when I'm there. But there are a couple reasons why you might want to pack lightly when you're preparing to travel.
Mm,
Uh, First of all, downsizing can help you fit all the items you need in your car, or if you think about dragging all that luggage through the airport or the train terminal, or however you are getting to your destination, the less you have to carry with you, the easier it might be on you and your family. But there's a couple of things that could go wrong, and we hope it doesn't happen. But, on your trip, you might encounter theft or
mm.
pests like bed bugs, and the less you bring with you, the less you could lose or have to clean or replace if something happens. So it's not something we want to worry over much about, but it can help to pack a little lighter in preparation and hope for the best.
And it can be a challenge to decrease these items. What are some tips that you have for us to help prepare just in case?
One tip is consider carrying a purse, wallet, or backpack just for travel. So whatever you normally use, so wallet in your pocket or a handbag or a backpack, leave that one at home and have a separate one just for the trip. You can move the items you find to be really necessary for the travel and not have all the extra things that trickle down into the bottom of the bag and into the pockets. And that way, if you do need to think about what's missing later or separate items for cleaning, there will be less to worry about. You can just set that bag aside and deal with it later. We don't realize how much stuff accumulates in little pockets and crevices sometimes. Another thought is to password protect your electronics. Um, Make sure that, if something is taken, they won't be able to get in and get your information and minimize paperwork. I like to have things in paper format, but that's more stuff to keep track of, more stuff that can be lost, and it adds weight to what you're carrying. So try to minimize that if you can. And just in general, don't bring things you don't need. You can do laundry if necessary. Try to think of items that you can use to layer. So maybe you can, instead of packing a heavy sweatshirt and a couple other things, maybe just one item that can go over top of another shirt so you can layer up and save some space in your suitcase.
Kelly, if we were to have our items stolen or damaged, would travel insurance protect us against that?
So that is an interesting question, and it's not something I can say yes or no to answer. Travel insurance varies greatly depending on the specific policy. So be sure to read the policy closely before deciding whether to buy it or not. Common claims are usually things like trip cancellation, medical emergencies. So you can't go for some reason or you have a health concern. Baggage and personal belongings that are lost, stolen, or damaged may or may not be covered. So that may not even be part of your policy if you have one. If you pack lightly, you'll have fewer items to remember and have to make a list of if you need to itemize those things later. Now, again, hopefully this never happens, but it is something to think about. That if you had to make a list of what was taken, can you remember what was in that bag? Theft of cash and damage by pest may not be covered at all in your travel insurance policy.
Kelly, such great information. I'm definitely motivated to pack lighter and smarter the next time I go on a trip. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for joining us today on the Farm and Home Show, and we'll see you next time.